What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? Here we are, Monday night, mic'd up. Give it up. Yeah. I already know that y'all know what the deal is, man. I don't have to tell you again, but there's something inside of something that's taking place with Jerry Jones. Ooh, wait. Damn, man. Man, I don't know what's going on with these Cowboys, man. I don't know. If I was just a fly on the wall, if I was just able, man, I know there's been some books chunking, throwing, and some foul words being said, some fights. Man, it's Cowboys, man. The empire is basically on fire. I'm just saying, man, it just, dude, I mean, here we are. We know that Mike McCarthy's gone, but first we heard if somebody wants to talk, let them talk. This is what Jerry Jones had told the media in the press conference or whatever it was, the interview or whatever. If somebody wants to talk, let them talk. We don't want to keep nobody around here that don't want to be here. Now, we didn't know if that was going towards Zeke or if it was going towards Mike McCarthy, but whatever the case may be, he said whoever want to talk, let them talk. And then, not long after that, Chicago asked for a request to talk to Mike McCarthy. Okay, if they want to talk, let them talk. When the opportunity came for Mike McCarthy to talk, he was denied. And now here we are, the day before his contract expires. And we find out that Mike and Jerry are parting ways. All I can say is wait is what broke the wagon down. Because we continue to wait to do anything that puts us in these positions that we're in. So, thank you, Jerry. Give it up for Jerry. Yeah, give it up for Jerry. That's what we're doing, giving it up for Jerry. But now that he's scrambling, and I'm sure he's scrambling, because he can't sit here and wait for Ben Johnson, because Ben Johnson is still in the playoff and he can't talk to anybody that's still in the playoffs. So while we're sitting back waiting on, and I wouldn't be surprised that we're sitting back waiting on Ben Johnson to finish his season or whenever he finished, which I'm sure that's not going to work out right either, because we're the worst when it comes to waiting and getting deals done. Okay. So, yeah, while we're waiting, the Jets are continually interviewing coaches. The Bears are continually interviewing coaches. The Saints are interviewing coaches. Then there's other teams there. I think the Jets done interviewed almost 30 coaches, and the Bears done interviewed 13 coaches, and we're just now letting our coach go so we can start interviewing. But I'm going to get back to that. That's what, like I said, the NFL is forcing Jerry's hand. But to say this is another bad move on Jerry's part. Because before this move, you hold Mike McCarthy when you could have let him go last week. And I'm pretty sure, I'm thinking that Mike McCarthy say, you know what? It is what it is. But let me read what dude, I still got this up here. I'm going to read what Jerry had to say about Mike. It's about 2 paragraphs, but I'm going to read the second paragraph, what Jerry, the statement from Cowboy owner, president, and general manager Jones had to say. It says, over the past week, Mike and I had the opportunity to conduct a joint review of all aspects of the past season. Okay. Season, not season, season. Our players and staff, and also spent considerable time discussing the road forward for the team. These discussions were thorough and received an appropriate amount of time and depth to cover. Prior to reaching the point of contract negotiation, though, it became mutually clear that it would be better for each of us to head in a different direction. I thank Mike and wish him, his wife, Jessica, and their family the best. They have been a wonderful part of our community here. We will commence a search process immediately. Say it again, immediately, to hire the next head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I say that to say again, because we've waited. Again, we've waited. We waited to sign Dak before the first preseason game. We waited till the end of the summer to sign CeeDee Lamb. And we hold this coach for no reason to find ourselves behind the 8 ball now looking for a coach. But as he wants to immediately look for a coach, not so fast, says the NFL. So it's been reported that NFL is forcing Jerry Jones to make a DEI move. So, do I want to read all this? I just want to tell you. So, basically, according to Jonathan Jones of X, Jerry Jones and other members of the Cowboys decision-making group must take mandatory inclusive hiring training before beginning their head coach search. That's quite funny. I never used that sound. That was pretty corny, but yeah. But it's laughable. Because, dude, here you are with all this time to make moves, and again, you find yourself behind the 8 ball. So before you can move forward, y'all got to go take this inclusive hiring training class before you can even start interviewing, and which is rightfully so. Just like the other 31 teams or 30 teams, 9 teams out there, they have to do the same thing. So, Jerry, before you get started, we need you and your recruiting staff. We need y'all to take this course. Troy Aikman was asked about the situation. He was on Monday Night Football, which the game has already been played. And they asked him a question about the departure of Mike McCarthy. And what will the Cowboys do from here? He's moving forward. Well, and also asked, it was mentioned that now that Mike McCarthy has exited the building, now here's this coveted job for someone to come in and take over and be a part of his organization. Well, Troy Aikman, he said he thought Mike McCarthy was going to come back. He thought, Mike McCarthy's going to come back. He said, well, basically because he's been molded in the system. He's a part of the system. And when I mean molded, he does what Jerry Jones wants. But Troy Aikman also said that's the hard part about being a part of the Cowboys organization is when a coach comes in, he wants to do his own thing. He wants to bring his coaching staff. He wants to bring the people he thinks that's going to help him, not handpick his coaches like we did with Wade Phillips and Jason Garrett. You have to bring your staff in that has the same philosophy as yourself as the head coach. But Troy Aikman found this as it could be troubling or it could be a problem for any coach. He took Dan Campbell. He said basically, I couldn't see Dan Campbell coaching here in Dallas because of how Dan Campbell does business. And then when he said about when it was mentioned about taking this coveted job, but let me tell you what a coveted job is if you didn't know, because people was asking me, what do you mean by? So a coveted job is a position that is highly desired or sought after by many people, often due to factors like high pay, prestige, career advancement opportunities, or a desirable work environment. Now, like Troy said now, a coach want to do this his way, want to do things this way. But by you, as the commentator, mentioning to Troy Aikman, saying that this is a coveted job, he said, I find it hard to believe. Your 3-time Super Bowl champion quarterback said, I find that hard to believe. It's nothing covered about working for the Dallas Cowboys. Wow. So, and I agree to the point when he talked about a coveted job, because the thing about it, you got an owner that wants his coaches to work off incentives. Richest franchise out there, but you got a frugal fruit that don't want to pay anybody. So there's several coaches that I would love to see. I would love to see Kirby Smart comes in here from Georgia. I would love to see Coach Sark from the Longhorns coming here to coach. Those are the two. I would love to have Ben Johnson, but I think what this organization need is creative minds, innovative mind that's going to change the culture of the organization. But that is what Troy Aikman was talking about. That's what is the culture going to look like? Will the culture change? With this taking place with Mike McCarthy, has Jerry Jones basically realized that maybe I need to step back, bring a coach in here that knows what to do, and allow him to do him? Now, they did bring up prime time, and this one commentator said he's probably the only one that can probably stand up to Jerry and say, hey, Jerry, but prime time is not coming here. Deion Sanders is not coming to the Cowboys, so forget about it. But I want to share this before I get off of here. So here we are in the playoffs, right? We have Washington Commanders moving on to the second round, and we have the Philadelphia Eagles moving on to the second round. What do those two teams have in common? They both have our former coaches on their team. Dan Quinn, in his first year with the Washington Commanders with a rookie quarterback, is moving on to the second round. Kellen Moore, in his first season with the Philadelphia Eagles, is moving on to the second round. Now, both of these coaches was here with us for a few years, and we saw how far we got. One and done. And we looked like slaw when we was in them one and done games. We'd even compete. And the one time we did, we just made some bonehead mistakes. But we paid him $240 million. Run all the way downfield and try to snap the ball without giving the ball to the referee. Things like that. But anyway, it's a whole different story. But yeah, these guys have moved on, and they're being very, very successful after their departure from the Cowboys. Now Mike McCarthy has taken that same step to move into a different direction. And wouldn't it be funny Mike McCarthy go to one of these teams, damn near win the damn Super Bowl or even get to the divisional championship. Wouldn't that be something? And if that was to happen, and we're still doing the same thing, we know exactly what the problem is. But here we are, scrambling to try to find a coach to come in and coach our Dallas Cowboys because, there's no one tending to the team right now. There's nobody in the lock. There's no one in the coach's office or in the film study room or anything as far as coach getting ready for 2025. It's empty. There's no coaches. None. Wow. But anyway, guys, that's where we are. So now we just have to see if Jerry Jones go to this exclusive hiring training course so he can start interviewing coaches. We're so far behind, y'all. We're so far behind. But anyway, all I can do is say wait is what broke the wagon down. We continue to wait, and it continues to cost us. So some of you guys are probably excited that Mike McCarthy gone, and some of you guys find it kind of concerning. As far as me, I'm a little bit of both. I'm excited that Mike McCarthy is gone because basically the offense just did not work. There was no accountability on the offensive side of the ball. There was no discipline on the offensive side of the ball. Penalty after penalty after penalty. So yes, it was time for a change. But will Jerry allow the culture to change? That's the question. All right, guys, do me a favor. Make sure you hit the like button below and also share the video, and also make sure you hit the subscribe button. Because again, guys, without you guys, we are not able to do what we are doing, and we are doing a lot. So I want to say thank you. And again, like I always say, continue to stay safe and be blessed.